So thank you, and thanks to Dr. Broadley for her presentation. I'm going to talk about the UCF part of this effort and what we're doing in broadening participation in the Department of Computer Science specifically. So, what's going on? Oh yes, so we have several people on the committee. Melissa Dagley is here, and she's the actual principal investigator on the grant. And also we were fortunate to have help from Mark Heinrich and Damla Turgut and Arup Guha, who've been meeting with us and working on all this material. And Mark Heinrich in particular worked on the code minor that I'll talk about later. So the main problem that we face in the Department of Computer Science, which has the computer science and IT undergraduate degrees, is the underrepresentation of females. And you can see here that we're only slightly behind the College of Engineering and Computer Science in terms of the percentage of females we have, but it's like 16%, almost 17% now. This is enrollment data. Dr. Broadley showed us graduation data, which tends to lag a little bit behind that, but we're way behind the university. You can see the university is almost 55% female. And because of that, we have a large number of men. If you look at the intersectional data with different ethnic and racial groups, you can see that in almost every category, the females who are in the gray bars here are underrepresented with respect to the men in that category in the department, and usually within the university as well. I don't see any place where the females are more represented than at the university at large at UCF. So really that's been our problem. And we had a grant from the National Center for Women in Information Technology, NZ-WIT, to study our issues with enrollment of women. And we looked at several different factors. And the main things we saw were that in the previous 5 years from when we did the study, losses were mostly in the first year of people being a CS or IT major, and the women dropped out at a much higher, well, a higher rate than men, 33% compared to 28%. So at the same time, as department chair, I was also hearing lots of complaints about the first course, COP 3223, which is Introduction to Programming, especially from students who didn't have prior programming experience. And this goes to what Dr. Broadley was talking about with the uneven distribution of prior programming experience. Students were complaining that COP 3223 assumed too much. And so we looked at that and tried to figure out whether we could do something about this. So what we've done so far in the Department of Computer Science is we've revised the Computer Science Foundation exam. This is the only enrollment control that we have at UCF. The foundation exam used to have, people could take it as many times as they liked over as long a period as they liked. And we changed it so they have to take it, they have to pass the exam within the first year after passing the CS1 course, CP 3502. And we also made it so that it didn't depend on the discrete math course anymore, so that we could make discrete math have a prerequisite of calculus. And so this has helped increase success rates of all students in the foundation exam. We also added recitation sections to the Introduction to Programming with C course to try to reduce the failure rate in that class. And that's increased the success rate and lowered the DFW rate in that class. As part of this grant and ongoing work, we've tried to synchronize sections of the introductory courses in computer science that includes COP 3223 and the CS1 course 3502 and CS2 3503 and the discrete math course. And with the new course that we introduced, we wanted to try to do something about the uneven distribution of prior programming experience. So what we did was we introduced a new course that's really designed for people without any programming experience and doesn't try to just cover all that in a week or two. And this course is a redesigned version of COP 2500 Introduction to Computing. It's now a prerequisite for COP 3223, and it's taught in Python instead of C, which is a more forgiving language for beginners. So we think that that works out better. We've taught it a couple times already, and it seems to be going very well. To try to address the uneven distribution, we have many ways for students to get out of this course. We try to make it really easy for people with programming experience to get out of taking COP 2500, so it can be really focused on the students who don't have prior experience. So they can take a test out, which we've designed, or they can transfer in AP credit or credit for any other course. And the test out is basically just to see if you know something about programming. So we also were able to make a COP 2500 a general education course, which hopefully will address some of these attraction issues. We're also planning to move C, instead of having it be in the Introduction to Programming with C course as the first main course for majors, out into a more advanced class due to the difficulties that presents for beginners. And we're planning to teach both the CS1 and CS2 courses in Java, which we think will be a better solution for those courses. We've also, as part of this grant, introduced a new minor program called Computing Opportunities for Degree Enhancement, or CODE minor. And this minor, thanks to Dr. Heinrich's work, has been approved already by the university. And it really requires just 3 courses in computer science and 3 courses in some other discipline. And we've already talked to several other majors about this. And that is laying the foundation also for an investigation of these kind of intersectional majors, the CS plus X kind of majors that Dr. Broadley talked about as well. So that's basically what we're doing at UCF, and I'm very happy to take questions and continue the conversation.